Yeah. You have to say yes. No camera found. That's fine. Let's see.
Oh, there we go. I had to say yes first.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, hold on one second.
Okay, I think it's loading because I have dots loading on top of my screen.
Okay. You think it's loading?
I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, and you just told me that I have to say yes.
Okay, let me see. Screen share.
Hold on, let me turn it down because now I love an option.
Share. Does it say Hootsuite? You can see my screen.
It's still ahead of the time, though. You know how like
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you should be able to see what I see in a minute. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hopefully other people are in here. You know what's weird is that it doesn't show me like that you're in and actually watching, so I can't really tell like who's in here or not in here, so I just kind of have to like start going. But I will be, because everyone's probably going to hear me say this when they do get into the room, I will be loading up the first and second class to the all agent Facebook group today, so that those will both be in there.
Were you able to get on it?
I was able to get invited to that. Yeah, so I'll have a link.
Because Joanne is the one who, I guess, handles that.
Yeah, I got in. So thank you for that, Kaylee. All right, cool. I'll let you go. Appreciate it.
All right, yeah, and I see your screen, so you're all set.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you.
All right, talk to you next week. Bye.
Okay, bye. All right, guys. So welcome to the social media bootcamp series. This week, we will be talking about scheduling. And the important thing for scheduling for us is that, you know, it's a big time saver. So we don't have to log into Facebook every day and create, you know, go find a news story and then post a news story. I mean, if we had to do that every day, it would just be far too daunting. So the little tool that we're going to use is called Hootsuite. And it's free for a certain amount of, for I think maybe like 10 social media profiles. So you should be able to get to use this for free for all your things. So when I say 10 social media profiles, what I mean is one Facebook, one Twitter, one Google Plus, one whatever else we're going to log into here, right? So up to 10. And then another tool that we're going to be looking at today is called Feedly. This is also available on your iPhone and Android device as well. So if you are just on the couch at home or drinking your coffee in the morning and you want to grab some stories that you would like to post onto your social media, Feedly is going to be your tool of choice for that. So we've got our two different things here. We've got the one thing that's going to get us our stories, and then we've got the tool that's going to schedule our stories for us. And we can schedule as far into the future as like months in advance if you'd like to, but preferably maybe a couple weeks at a time would be a good way to do this. So we have to go ahead and sign up for this because we're just going to go from square one like we do with most things. And hit sign up. And we want to do the free. Oh, so you get up to 3 profiles, which I think should be fine because you'll probably just end up using this for Facebook, I would think, because we already talked about Twitter last week, and we talked about kind of auto posting to Twitter, which I hope that if any of you have set that up so far, you're being very careful with it. You don't want to be over posting, so make sure you're watching your Twitter profile and that you're not posting, you know, like every 15 minutes because you made a mistake on that. So that class will be posted to the All Agent Facebook page or group today as well. So we're going to go with free. Get started now. We're going to do an email address. Why don't we just do remaxofsanta@gmail.com. First name Kenny. Password 7 uppercase letter. And then we can add our social networks. So a big thing here is we can just open Twitter. What are our other options? Facebook, I already have open. LinkedIn, what you would do is you just open LinkedIn and you would log in to LinkedIn here, or whatever your login is, right? So you would log into LinkedIn, and then you would go back to Hootsuite. And now that we're logged into Twitter right here, we're going to click Twitter. It will bring this up. So it looks like we're going to have to do this again. Or I didn't log in. Remax. Already been added by another Hootsuite user. Please add a different social network. Okay, so because I already have this hooked up to my own, we can't use that one. So we'll use which one should we use? Why don't we just go ahead and log into? We'll just create a new one real quick. That's what we'll do. Or you know what? Yeah, you know what? We'll just skip the Twitter one for now because we're not going to utilize it. So we're going to go to the Facebook one. And we can choose which one we'd like to put in. Why don't we just go ahead and do Kenny Makeover, which is my, well, that's going to be a personal profile. We'd like to do a business profile. So why don't we do Makeover Social and finish importing. And then we go into continue and done adding social networks. And then we should be into the dashboard here, hopefully. Cool. Welcome to Hootsuite, Kenny. We're delighted to have you on board. To get you familiar with the dashboard, we're going to guide you through 3 simple tasks: adding streams, creating a tab, and scheduling a message. Okay, so this is a stream, right? And you can add a bunch of these depending on how many Facebooks that you want to add in here. So let's say you want your personal Facebook page, and then you also want your business page. You can do that. Right now, this is where you would select the profile. So if you have a personal profile here, you would have, and a business profile, they would both show up here. But we're just doing a business one for now. So that's that. And what we want to put in here is scheduled. This is the one that we're focused on because what we're trying to do here is schedule messages. So we're not concerned with activity or messages. We're not concerned with events or timelines. Really, it's just this. So click scheduled. And well, this wants me to add more. So why don't we just go ahead and do, let's go my posts, and then let's go timeline. And then up here, if you want to create a new tab, this is so that if you want to organize, like, okay, one tab is going to be all Facebook, one tab is going to be all my Twitter profiles. So the main thing here is like for managing like a high number of social media platforms. But for you guys, you're not going to really have to worry about that too much. So just having one tab is going to be fine. It wants me to create a new tab, so we'll call it Twitter in case I wanted to add my Twitter profile in here. And composing a message. So here's our most confusing part of Hootsuite, and really the main part of Hootsuite. So this is composing a message that's going to go to your Facebook page. So we're going to write a message out in here. We're going to add a link. We're going to add a link to your website. We're going to add hashtags. We're going to add a picture, and we're going to schedule it. And we'll do that for about 2 weeks worth of stuff. If we're going to do a 2-week schedule, or we're going to do a month schedule, we would add a month's worth, right? So last time I think we talked about maybe posting every other day. There's a good spot to start at. Hit next. Skip this step. Okay, we're good to go. Start using Hootsuite. Compose message up here. So right here, you'll have a drop down of all your social platforms, or AKA social networks. And then we're going to compose a message. Here's where you can add a link. It will automatically shorten the link. We talked about Bitly shortening links last time. This will be, just as an example, this is a long link here. We're going to copy this, go back into Hootsuite, paste it into here, hit shrink. It will auto shrink it for us. There you go. Okay, so why don't we talk about adding a news story into here? Why don't we go to remodelista.com. They have some cool stuff. And then, okay, so the unique space, a workspace for LA creatives. We'll use this as our story. Grab the headline, copy it, go back into here, compose, paste it into this section, put a little bar or put a little colon, grab this link up top, copy the link, go into Hootsuite, go into add link right here, paste it into here, hit shrink. It will automatically shrink it and add it into the composed area. Then we're going to maybe jump a couple lines down, add your website. If you'd like to do this, you don't always have to really add a website, but let's say you wanted to add your website and then you wanted to add a few different hashtags, right? And I think we talked about hashtags last time. SCV Santa Clarita, hashtag SCV Life, hashtag Valencia will work. All these are great. I like these spaces here because it looks nicer when it gets posted to your page. So that's why I do that. You can also add like cool little trinkets here if you want to add like symbols or whatever on the sides here to make that look cool. Like that. Or plus signs, whatever. All right, now let's add a picture. We're going to go ahead and save this picture to the desktop as that. Save. We're going to go ahead and go into Hootsuite. Here's our little attaching an image to this. It's just like in your email. It's the paperclip. So you click the paperclip, select files to upload. You go to the file you just saved onto your desktop. It's going to load it into this section here. And here's something that you need to know. This link right here will be invisible when it posts onto your Facebook page. This is just so that this program knows to attach this image to this message. It will not have a bunch of hashtags here and then show this link. This will just be missing, but it will show the picture. Okay. Now let's talk about the scheduling aspect of this. Go into scheduling, click scheduling. And then you can see here we have a calendar view. We can go up in months, back in months. We can change the time and AM or PM. This is really important because this is kind of a rookie mistake that will happen a lot. You'll accidentally post, at like 3 a.m. when you meant to do 3 p.m. So when it's darkened, that's the one that's being selected. You'll know by clicking back and forth. So let's say I want to post tomorrow at 3:20 p.m. and I have all my hashtags. I have my website link in here. I have this in here. I have the headline in here. I have the shortened link that goes to the story itself. I have an image attached. The scheduling looks good. Now I just go down to the bottom right here. When I'm in the scheduling section, I go to the bottom right. I click schedule. Okay, so that was obviously for an example. It didn't actually schedule it for us, but we're going to do it again anyway in just a minute. So on our stream here for Makeover Social, the Facebook page, we're going to click scheduled. That's what we want to look at. Oh, it did schedule it for us. So here we go. I have 3:20 on April 22nd, which is tomorrow. And it shows everything here, even with the preview of the picture. If I want to add other things like my timeline, event, or any other things, or if I want to add my personal Facebook page right here next to this one, so I can have both set up and it's super organized, then this is where you would do it. You would go down to this little plus sign in the corner and then add it here. All right, let's go ahead and talk about pulling in news stories as easily as possible. So what you want to do is you're going to go to Feedly. And like I said before, this is available on your iOS or Android device. Click login in this upper right-hand corner, and you can either log in with any of many options. But I usually preferably use Twitter just because I'm posting a lot of stories to there, and I just like to keep things kind of congruent in that fashion. But you just go to continue with Facebook. I think it will ask you if it's okay. Go ahead and click OK. And it just automatically logs you right in. And we're kind of going to go through a similar thing that we did with Twitter, in which we choose topics, right? As soon as we get a new profile with Feedly, we're going to start choosing topics. So pick a blog or topic that we're interested in. Well, why don't we go with the obvious? Real estate. It's going to give us some suggestions, but let's just go ahead and hit enter. And we've got it's going to automatically suggest different news sources that we can use based on the real estate search that we just did. So we've got Houzz, which is going to be a lot of interior design. We've got Curbed, which is kind of cool stories about different areas, New York, LA. Zillow blog, this one is a little self-explanatory. It's Zillow and it has a bunch of different sections within it, giving advice to buyers, sellers, agents themselves, marketing, etc. New York Times real estate, mortgage rates. You can see more sites. It'll bring you down some more. Or you can do an advanced search here, which I don't think that we're going to really need. So why don't we go ahead and add Houzz, and we're going to have a collection. Create a collection right here, real estate, add. So now I have over here on my left-hand side a section called real estate with Houzz in it. Why don't we also add this Zillow blog? Add that in there. Why don't we do some other? We'll go to Remodelista again. It's comes up right away. Add to Feedly right here. We're going to add it either to design or into real estate again. I'll just keep them in the same tab. So we'll keep that in real estate. You might also gives you kind of like a few other suggestions. Go ahead and hit add to Feedly. Hit add. So now I've got a few in there. Keep going. Search interior design. Interior design. So right here, we've got home designing. This is a good one, actually. Back into real estate as well. It gives us some other options. Let's go ahead and do gardening or landscaping. Landscaping, luminous landscapes. Okay, only a few things are coming up to that. What do you call gardening then? Add content over here on the left. It seems easier. Gardening. Gardenista is a good one. Add that to real estate. Add. Okay. Then we do. Why don't we just go into real estate Yahoo maybe? Yahoo. Add that to real estate. Show more sites. Curbed LA is a fantastic one. Hit add to that. Inman, obviously a great one as well. A little more on the real estate agent news kind of source, but it will work. Let's see. Okay, why don't we go back up to the top, search a couple more, and then we'll be done with this. Housing is one. Housing bubble. Mortgage. So this takes some searching, but we'll just search home. Cool. So, okay, I think we have enough in here. Go over and click on real estate on the left here. If it's pulled up, make sure it gets a little kind of hidden, but you can just hit this arrow button and it'll bring it down. And what we see when we click on the real estate part, not any of these in particular, but just the real estate, it kind of gives us a mashup of all the news stories from all these sources. So, and it's just going to keep on going. So why don't we go ahead and see, why don't we take a home designing, actually let's do a Gardenista. So go to Gardenista and we go, what would be a good thing in Gardenista to do? Let's see. Okay, trending on Remodelista, the ultimate indoor-outdoor kitchen. So I click on this. It brings open a preview of the news source. You can go ahead and click on the link. It'll open the actual news source. Okay, so here we go again. We would pick the title here. We would go into Hootsuite, hit compose message, paste it into this section right here, right? Then we would add a little colon, a space. We would go back to the Gardenista page, grab the URL, go into this link shortener, hit shrink, and it automatically puts it into our message. Jump down a couple lines, hit our www.website, whatever that's going to be, hashtags, whatever our hashtags are. And then we want to add a photo, but we haven't saved that photo yet. So we need to go into this page, grab a picture that we think is the most appealing, hit save image, save it, go into our little paperclip back here again. And remember that the link that goes into this is hidden, so that won't matter. And we can go ahead and hit scheduling, which is the next little button over from the paperclip. Hit scheduling. Since we already did Wednesday, we're going to skip Thursday. We're going to go for Friday. Hit Friday. We want to do maybe at 10:05. I don't like it to seem like right on the hour because it just seems too automated. So if we're going at like 10 or 10:30 or 11, right? That's just not preferable. So go to 10:05, 10:10, 10:15, something like that. 10:05 a.m. Go to the bottom left-hand corner, hit schedule. And we have 2 posts set up now. One for tomorrow and one for Friday. Look, that we got the whole week scheduled out already. A couple of posts, and they're looking pretty clean. We've got good images. We've got good titles. Got our shortened link. Got our website to your website, and a few hashtags in each. So if we just want to compile a bunch of news stories first and then go back and schedule them, that would be the most efficient way to do this. So we would go into Remodelista or any of our tabs here, or we just click on real estate and we would scroll through these and we would find out which ones are interesting to us, and we would choose a few of those and star them. And the way that we do that is we go click on it, hit this little like bookmark. That's what that's supposed to be a symbol of. Hit bookmark, close it. And then I like this one, bookmark it, close it. Scroll down, whatever. Just as an example, right? Grabbing some of these, bookmarking them, bookmarking them, bookmarking them. And then on our left-hand side here, you see again our little bookmark symbol. It says saved for later. Click on saved for later. And now here we go. These are the stories that I just went in and saved. So now we don't have to search, find one story, compose it, search, find one story, compose it. What we do is we just search, favorite a bunch of them, come over to our saved section, and then we just go, bam, you know, open this up, do our little post, compose it, close this, click this, copy our title, go into our composer, compose it, post it, and then much more efficient. Big time saver right there if you just do it all at once. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do maybe 2 more examples of how to schedule a post, and then I'm going to show you a little bit more of the dashboard, and that's going to be it for the day today. The reason why is you're probably going to have to rewatch this video, I would think, a couple times. It's going to it's kind of difficult navigating through Hootsuite, and I know that they try to make it as simple as possible, but it is definitely kind of a more advanced program to be using. So let's grab a couple more stories. We got our saved stories here. Doesn't really matter what the story is because this is for an example. So we'll grab the title. Actually, you know what? We'll go to the site. Go to the site, grab the title, copy it, go back to Hootsuite, compose message. Now I'm just going to go at my regular speed because I'm going to be doing this twice anyway. You guys can always rewind and rewatch this if you need to later. Paste, hit shrink, jump down 2 lines, website, hashtags, go back to the site, grab a picture that we think is appealing, save image, go into the little paperclip guide to attach, hit select files, attach that, go into the calendar, the scheduling section. Since we did Friday, we're going to skip Saturday, go to Sunday. We're going to do Sunday. Maybe people are home in the evening, right? So you're kind of judging on times. If you go to makeoversocial.com and then you go to the blog section, there is a blog post about when the best times are to post on each social media platform. So like when's the best time to post on Facebook? When's the best time to post on Twitter, etc. We go to 6 o'clock, a little 6:25, perfect. We're gonna go for the PM, remembering the time, and then we have Makeover Social selected on the left-hand side over here. Schedule, and wait for it. Bam, got our 3rd post scheduled. Then we go back into Feedly, close that, open a new story, click on the story, takes us to the source of the story. We grab the title, we go into compose message, we paste that title, then we go into the URL for that story, copy it, go back into compose message. Down here in add link, you hit paste, shrink that link, jump down a couple lines, do the website, do a couple hashtags. Whoops, that guy's got ahead of me. So let's say you make, this is a great example. Let's say you hit something and you automatically scheduled something that you didn't mean to schedule. Or you make a mistake on one of the things that you were composing, right? You go in, you click in the top right-hand corner here. Sometimes it's slow to show up, so be patient with it. If you're not seeing this edit button, just kind of scroll back and forth over it until you do. Hit edit. And here we've got edit scheduled message. In the top here, if you had a bunch of social media profiles, you would have different ones that you could select and it would show what it's going to post to. We just have the one, so it's posting to that. We have everything looking correct here, but if we needed to change something, we could edit it in here, and we're having a picture show up. So this section, what this is a preview. If we didn't have a picture, it would show this preview with our story. But we do have a picture, so that's not going to matter. Click Save Changes. And we'll do this one more time because we kind of had a mistake with it. Copy the headline, go to compose message, paste it, copy the URL, go into add link, shrink it, jump down a couple, add the website that you want to add, hashtags, grab a photo that you think is appealing, save it to your desktop or wherever, go into attach image or file, select files to upload, grab the image you just saved, go into the scheduling. Since we did Sunday, we're going to do, actually we did not do Sunday, so we're going to do Sunday at 6:10 p.m. In the bottom right hand corner, we hit schedule. And then on the left hand side over here, you'll see it refreshing. And now we have Sunday. So now we've got 4 posts scheduled out for now through Sunday onto your Facebook business page. You do this as well for your personal page if you would like to, depending on what you're doing as a social media strategy, how much you're posting to each one. All right, so let's talk about a couple more things in Hootsuite. So where's the menu in Hootsuite? It's on the left-hand side here, and it pops out. Streams is what we're in now. Streams is going to show things I have scheduled. But we can also see this in another view, which I prefer. If we go to Publisher, hit Publisher, and what we've got here is everything that we have scheduled for whatever social media profiles up in this box. So if you have a bunch of profiles, you want to see all of the things that are scheduled, you would click all of them, and it would show a bunch more here. Next thing is past scheduled. So let's say it's next week and I want to post from the same Gardenista, Remodelista, Zillow, like on the same days at the same times, and just keep things like super organized. Well, I will go to a month view or week view, but month view preferably. And I could see anything that I have scheduled. Now make sure you have past scheduled clicked. And you will see like anything that you have scheduled in the past here. Since we have a brand new profile, it's not going to be showing up right now. Next thing is going to be scheduled. Also great if you want to see a month view, right? So that's what we were just on. If you click on month view, oh, you have to have the pro version. So don't worry about that. You just get to see this view. But at least for past scheduled, which is really what we want the month view for, because we can see like, okay, on Tuesday last week I posted this, so on Tuesday this week I want to post this, for example. Another thing is analytics. This is going to show like how many people clicked on the shrunken URL, etc. This is going to be kind of more advanced. You guys can go ahead and forget about this section. Assignments, or if there's a team, which there's not, or if there is, this is going to be a pro version section. So, and then we come back over to the left hand side here, and if you click on your name at the top here, we have kind of your profile, like what social networks are in here. So if you want to add more social networks, you can add more social networks in this section. Or if we go back to this home part, we can hit add social network here, and we would choose what social network we want to schedule for. So we have Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. And if you want to compose a message in here, and whatever your message is, right? Compose message. And then you want to post that to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google+, all of them. What you would do is over here, it would show all those, and you would just click each one and then hit send schedule or whatever, however you're doing it, right? And it would automatically schedule to all those. And if you would like to see if it's being scheduled to both of them, what you would do is in your section here, you would go down to this plus sign, hit plus, and you would add whatever social network you want to add on here. And then you could see like a Google Plus feed, or scheduled Google Plus messages, scheduled Facebook messages, scheduled Twitter messages, etc. All right, so that's Hootsuite. A little bit tricky, a little bit of a learning curve, but I think that after you compose a few messages and get your links in there and your hashtags, and you get used to kind of where these buttons are right here, you know, you're going to have a pretty easy time with it. It's not too bad. It's just like anything. And then Feedly, fantastic because it's on your phone and or your iPad or whatever you want to do. So like, let's say you're on vacation, or you're just, you know, like I said, having some coffee in the morning, you want to just save some news stories that you want to have posted or that you find interesting. Just go ahead and save those guys. You go into saved for later, and you can add these into your Hootsuite. So that's how it's done, guys. That's how you schedule out weeks worth of social media posts. It's, you know, not crazy difficult. It just takes a little bit of dedication on, you know, 1 or 2 days of the month, and your social media should be kind of good to go there. So if any of you guys have any questions, you know the email. It's the one that I sent out yesterday evening requesting invites for this, as well as the All Agent Facebook page will have the Facebook class and the Twitter class posted to it today. It will be a YouTube link. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.